yesterday, supposedly because he didn't show up for the arraignment for these charges, with head coach Jason Garrett saying, quote, when you have someone in your program in this environment and they don't grow and they make the same mistakes over and over again, it's time to move on. Well, obviously those words haven't applied to Ezekiel Elliott, who has been in trouble over and over again. Colin, are your Cowboys being hypocritical?
They're not my Cowboys. They're being completely hypocritical. I thought they were overly aggressive yesterday, Jerry, defending Ezekiel Elliott with alleged domestic violence charges. But there's always been real clarity with Jerry Jones. He's a businessman first. He's challenged the NFL. It's all about winning. He takes risky players who have had lots of baggage. You know, Jerry, for all the missteps and all the things Jerry does, his brand is very clear. I am very tolerant if you are very talented. And it's very clear. He's completely authentic. He doesn't say one thing and do another. He's not Stan Kroenke, where dark glasses, you feel like he's manipulating behind the scenes, and then he goes in front. Jerry's like, he's got a Trumpian quality. You got money, you can help me, you're talented, I'll look the other way.
How is he any different than anybody else, though?
I think there's a lot of manipulators in the NFL, a lot of guys that want a certain image and do other things behind the scenes. Jerry's all out front.
But again, I think everybody in the business world, everybody in their personal life has different rules for different people. And how much talent you have, how attractive you are, how good you are in bed may impact all the decision-making and how much BS you're willing to put up with somebody. Lucky Whitehead, I think 7 catches in 2 or 3 years or whatever.
Player.
Not nearly good enough to be involved in anything, and even things he's not involved in, he's not good enough to tolerate. This seems consistent to me with smart business people and certainly football people.
This is so hypocritical. Stop it. Come on, man. You know it. They just sat there and said, you know what? I looked at everything. I looked at all the evidence. There is nothing there. Absolutely nothing there. We looked at everything. Then a guy gets arrested and it's not even him. And you cut him because you're not paying any attention to what it is. You're right. It's about the talent. Now, he doesn't care. I've always told Cowboy haters, they call me a Cowboy hater.
You are a Cowboy
No, I'm not. When I talk about what's actually happening there, what you're saying, all Jerry cares about is winning. That's the environment.
Yes.
If you can help me win, if you are a supreme talent, I got you.
He cared about all kinds of
I got
things.
you. I'm not saying, but you know what? Eddie DeBartolo never got up here saying, I know all about this evidence and I don't, I will watch all this stuff and then cut a guy who didn't do anything. It's not about that. It's about the talent. So just say it. I'm okay with it. That's what it's about.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. This is totally hypocritical, 100% hypocritical. My issue with this is simple. You're sending a message to the guys in your locker room that there's a certain A group, and then there's a B group, and then there's the rest of you guys.
That message was sent in the 90s.
I get it. I get it. But what I'm saying is, everyone comes in with that understanding already.
Yes.
But as an owner and then as your head coach to go out there and then do this, you're going to have your locker room divided without even allowing the players to do the dividing.
No, I would argue that Dallas has always been pro-player. Let's take the Detroit Lions. Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson, their 2 best players, retired early. Because the feeling in Detroit is, you're not protecting us. Dallas is the opposite. They'll overpay, overprotect sometimes bad guys. So Jerry has created the opposite of the Lions. We'll take care of you. Stars, not if you can be productive. How has it helped the Lions? The Lions don't take care of their own. This is great for Jerry's image is, I will defend you if you produce for me.
You're making my point. This is why I'm saying it's not hypocritical, because there's not any of us that are surprised by this behavior.
Oh, no, it's very hypocritical when you cut this guy without doing any due diligence, when you say that you're putting all your due diligence into your players and you care about your players.
So
no, you don't. You care about...
It's predictably hypocritical.
Yes, you care about the talented players. They are more important, but you don't care about... When you talk about this team, I'll tell see you rolling your eyes.
They care about the talented players. That's all across professional sports.
But when you and I sit here earlier, other days, and you're talking about how much cares about these guys, and he hasn't created an environment in which he allows this kind of stuff to thrive. You always say he doesn't do that, and I'm telling you, this right here shows you that he does. Yeah, if you're a good player, you can get away with things. That's all he cares about.
I agree with you with that. If you're a good player, you know what? Jerry Jones is going to stand out front, and he's going to pitch for you, and he's going to be your advocate. When you're not, you get Jason Garrett, and we're going to hand him over this, and he's going to say, hey, guys, what we should be doing with everybody, we're not, but we're going to do that with you because you're not growing. But Jerry Jones is going to
sitting there saying, if he's watching this, right? That sounds like incentive. That sounds like motivation. Be a good player, and I'll look out for you.
Agreed. There are different rules for good players. I agree.
So, Robert.